Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing today for this glorious September 20th, Thursday, a.k.a. Trash Thursdays?
It is glorious. Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know. It's really kind of crappy outside, actually.
Listen, today wasn't a good day for me.
You're feeling a little down. Something happened with you today.
Well, I don't know.
You look a little traumatized.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I just wanted to go for my run.
Right.
And today just wasn't a good day.
Your body was not agreeing with your mind.
No.
That was a problem right there.
It was.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
What happened? Just said you're not doing this today.
Just a lot of breaks. Too many. I usually don't take breaks when I run, but today it was just like when I was hitting that hill. Boy.
You ran out of some gas.
I ran out of gas at least twice.
Listen, sometimes that happens.
Had to pretend to tie
Never
my shoe.
happens to me.
For sure.
But for some people.
I had to pretend to tie my shoe.
Okay.
Because there's lots of traffic watching me, and your boy had to look good.
The old tie the shoe trick.
Right?
Yeah, we've used that before.
Exactly.
Yeah, showing your ass to the traffic.
Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time tuning in to Talking Trends, welcome. You dirtbags. I'm just kidding. Beautiful
so
out there.
Mean today.
I'm just kidding. Myself and Tony. I'm TK. This is Tony. We find interesting news articles from across the globe and we bring them to the comforts of your home. And unlike a lot of other podcasts, this is done live. So we want to hear everybody's comments, questions, and opinions on the stories that we're going to be covering. And also, guess what? We have a special guest in the house. We're going to get to him.
Yeah.
He goes by the name of Quake Matthews.
Yes.
We didn't turn his mic on, but it's okay. No, we're good. No, not right now.
We will.
We will very shortly. In between time, meantime, it is Trash Thursdays.
Yes,
and
it is.
What we're going to get into real quick is
It's going to get dirty.
the trashiest of the trash. And that's basically, if this is your first time tuning into the Trash Thursdays, ladies and gentlemen, we basically showcase the best of the internet's worst.
And there is never a shortage of stuff to choose from.
No, exactly. So,
Let's
again,
get into the dirty, baby.
welcome to another episode of Trash Thursdays.
I feel dirty already.
Right up first.
I like it.
Oh, man, this is good. Toes. You're a toe guy. You're the feet.
I don't hide the fact that I'm into some feet.
Up first, there's this picture. Imagine traveling and this person's toes crawl up next to your elbow.
Oh, is that between like the seats and stuff?
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely
that
disgusting.
can't be happening.
Right.
Like right by the window, but where you're. Oh,
Yeah.
No.
Right?
Oh, look at the feet too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just disgusting.
If they were clean, a little toenail polish on there.
Put those daddies in your mouth.
I wouldn't kick those off the seat.
Up next, relationships. Sometimes a great thing, sometimes a bad thing.
You're gonna curse, yeah.
And in this case, very interesting. This one comes from Twitter.
Okay.
Lady says, I've curved him for 4 years, dated his best friend and brother, had a baby by his cousin, but he saw something in me. Now we're happily engaged.
Hey,
To each their own. And talk about nice guys finishing last.
yeah. Well, listen, she saw past all that stuff, or he did. Sorry, I should say.
Yeah.
Hey, they're happy. I think.
I don't know if this is a picture of you, Tony, you in your jersey, but it says Dog Master.
I told you not to put that up.
Big old juicy hog on
I
you.
told you to leave that off of the internet situation, man. And that is me, baby. Dog master. Oh, monster. Even better, baby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I said master. Sorry.
You said master. I like master a little bit better.
Yeah, me too.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. And then, speaking of workouts, diet plans. This is an interesting one. This guy pictured here.
Yeah.
He's been on the crack diet for at least a month.
Say crack?
Yeah.
Oh.
He said it himself.
Okay.
I'm not making a joke. He posted it on his own Facebook. But he's looking good. He's looking swole.
Listen. Yeah, jeez. I don't know about that. Yeah, I want you to show your face there, Chief.
No. And finally, wrapping up today's trashiest of trash.
Oh, yeah.
Changing tables. We've discussed these as well in the show. How there's not many of them in restaurants.
That's right. And not a lot in men's rooms.
No.
More in the ladies' room.
This lady took it upon herself to change her child in public on a table.
Is that where is that?
I don't know. It feels like
is that like in a restaurant?
It looks like at a McDonald's.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Well, that kid looks like she's like 9. First of all.
Yeah, that's a pretty old kid.
Dude, that looks like a young boy. Like, you got to be like 12. Kids, you got puberty, man. What's up with this? Is she really changing him, or is she committing a crime of some kind? We should probably report.
Yeah, I think we should
because
report
that's
this.
the thing.
Yes, for sure.
I don't know who's the winner of this one. The toes is a little bit dirty for me.
I think the toes. Yeah, I'd have to agree. The toes this week probably they take the cake. So just in case if you guys missed the toes,
here you go. Bring it back up. Jody says that looks like my feet. Well, I wouldn't spread that around too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up Trash Thursdays. And to more important things,
disgusting.
A man of many talents has graced us in the studio today.
And it ain't me.
No, it's not. It's not me. I'm not talking about myself in third person.
He's not talking about himself.
He's releasing an EP this Friday.
Is it Friday?
He has a listening party at least this
tomorrow.
Yeah,
both tomorrow.
Friday.
Yeah.
We don't know what day it is.
Drinking Games, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the one and only
Quake Matthews.
Ooh, in
Hello.
the building.
Here I am.
What up? There he is. There he is.
What's
You
up?
good?
Thank you guys for having me, man. I often tune in.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to be here in the physical form.
Oh, and not the mental. There's gonna be lots of rap banter between me and Quake.
We can't have it all.
You're looking great.
I'm not working out.
But I don't know what it is. But
He puts that out there.
I'm trying to eat a little better. You know, you got a little bit of the peach fuzz growing.
Are you gonna keep that?
I think it's slimming.
Yeah.
I think so.
I just trimmed it up today. It was getting a little wacky.
It looks good.
I don't know, man.
Is this the new the album rollout look?
Yeah, I think so, man.
Yeah.
I'm hitting my stride. This is the late bloomer finally hitting his stride.
I like it.
Nice.
I like it.
I like it. Looks good.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is how we're going to work the show. In between each segment or each story, we're going to ask Quake a couple questions. He's going to also give his opinion on the stories that we're going to be covering, as well as you guys in the chat. If you feel compelled to ask either a question for Quake or us, or want to talk about the stories that we're going to be covering, feel free. Tony's going to pay attention to what's going on in the chat, and it's going to be a grand old time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So up first, man, we just were talking about video games yesterday.
Yeah, we were talking about how they cause divorce.
Yeah.
Now they're causing some more problems.
I'd say.
Apparently, man.
So pictured here, a man, 45, threatened to shoot an 11-year-old after losing an Xbox game.
Boom.
Yeah. A Long Island man, 45, was arrested Tuesday for allegedly threatening to shoot an 11-year-old boy after losing to him in an online video game, a.k.a., well, Fortnite.
Your favorite game.
Your favorite game.
Yeah.
Michael Aliperti
Ooh, nice.
sent threatening texts and an online voice message to the boy Monday night after losing an Xbox game, Fortnite. It's not just an Xbox game anyway. Anyway, he allegedly threatened to shoot the boy, not at the home. Here's where the problem comes in.
Okay.
Because he threatened to shoot him at school.
Oh, shit. Okay. That's
Right.
a whole different thing now.
So the guy was arrested around 1:40 a.m. Tuesday in his home. Police Chief Department Stuart Cameron said authorities found a plastic pellet gun in the home. So, I mean, I don't know if this guy was just fronting on the shooting, the plastic pellet gun.
That's all he can afford, man.
Yeah. I mean, he's a 45-year-old man.
He's playing Fortnite with 11-year-olds, so I don't know what that tells you about your social life. You may or may not have a problem. Tinder may not be the place for you.
So anyway, he was eventually charged with second-degree aggravated harassment and acting in a manner to injure the kid. Police chief said there was an increase of police presence at the boys' school. Listen, I don't know, man.
A couple problems.
There's a couple problems here. Apparently, his attorney,
Yeah.
do a little digging on the story, he's going through a divorce. So I think he's going to use that as an argument.
This
of
guy
why
is or
he
the
was
attorney?
the guy who was threatening to shoot the kid.
Yeah, but listen, I mean, maybe he's getting divorced because he was playing too much Fortnite, number one.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right? And number two, he can't afford a real gun. That's because he's going through a divorce. That's why he's got the BB gun.
Right.
All right, so there's some problems right there.
Right.
The next problem is the school thing.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you mention school and you mention shooting, you're on a whole different level.
Exactly.
They don't take that shit
It's one
lightly.
thing to insult somebody while you're playing a video game.
Happens all the time.
That's expected.
All the time.
Right? When I'm playing, me and Quake are playing a game,
Yeah.
I'm going to talk all kinds of craziness.
I don't play games.
Oh, me neither.
Literally or figuratively.
Ah, watch out.
And
But
for the record, I respect his competitive spirit. Sometimes you got to play to win in life. You know
this
what I
is
mean?
true.
So
Always, right?
find the positive in people, right?
Aggressive.
11-year-old or 51-year-old don't make no difference.
No, exactly.
It's going down.
Exactly. I mean, this is when keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What's he facing now legally? Is he facing any charges now, or is it just going to be like one of those things?
Well, if you were listening, Tony. Oh. I said he was charged with second-degree aggravated harassment and acting in a manner to injure a child.
So he'll get like nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. But on top of that, and he's going through a divorce.
Yeah. What do you think? The judge is going to feel bad for him?
No, not at all.
He needs a judge that's gone through divorce and can feel him, or a divorcee. She's sitting up there. Now we're talking, baby.
Right?
Let's make that bridge happen, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? She'll give him a real gun.
First off, okay, that we're done with that story. We're getting that out the way. We got 3 to go. But in the meantime, we're going to ask Quake a couple questions.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's get it, man.
What can we expect from this album, sir?
Uh-oh.
You can expect storytelling, man. Always got storytelling. You can expect, man, just some good music. I feel like it's different than anything I've ever done, this project. And so I feel like it's a different whole lane for me. And the whole project is cohesive. Like, it tells a story from a summer leading into the fall and all the trials and tribulations and the stuff that comes with this drinking that we do, and trying to maintain relationships and the mind games that occur and everything that you go through dealing with the fun of this hot weather. It kind of shows both sides.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I like how you have like a kind of like, it seems like a story to your project.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Even the last one, Celebrate the Struggle, there was kind of like a good meaning around it or whatever. You know, like if you're struggling, like celebrate that hardship, like whatever it is you're going through. Like some people just want to celebrate the end result, but I think what gets lost in translation is celebrating the hard ass work you're going through to get to that finish line.
No doubt.
And I guess in this case, again, I just like how I think that's kind of lost with a lot of albums coming out these days. I feel like lots of singles driven, and there's no like, because I mean, I like the album where there is a story, there's like a start, there's a middle, and there's somewhat of an end.
It's definitely a playlist world now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean, where it's just a bunch of singles.
Right.
And people. Like, it's crazy. I talk to the kids sometimes, like, they bring me up to the school one time, and I was like, so, like, who's your guys' favorite artist now? And just, like, they don't even have favorite artists anymore. It's just, like, they have playlists with, like, one song from each person, like, oh, I like this song. I like that song. Like, it's not like they don't, like, when I was coming up, it's like we were, like, worshiping certain artists.
Exactly. You
like,
got that. You could name off your top 5 or top 10.
Yeah, they were, like, superheroes. So, I mean, it is a different world, and I guess that, you know, the attention span is shorter now, and it has changed. So you do have to adapt in certain ways, like either adapt or die. You know, you can't stay stuck in your ways completely. But I did want to sprinkle a little flavor of that cohesiveness and storytelling,
for sure,
and provide that back into the game because I felt like it was been missing.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I think you honestly need a good balance between both and like not lean towards just one, because I think if you lean just towards one thing, it's microwave. And again, we're in the microwave culture, and like you want to be around years later. And I find with a lot of these people, I mean, not even just rappers, it happens in other genres too. Yeah. They'll burn out quick because again, they're just going for that single. And I mean, that could be depending on if they're signed, and that could be like a whole plethora of other questions or whatever, why they're doing it. But again, it's good to have that balance.
Yeah, and I guess it depends what you want at the end of the day. Like me, my goal has always been like longevity, and I wanna stay and do this shit forever. Like, but I'm sure some people's goals might be to, you know, get hot for a minute, have a hot year, then you know, go spend their money. Like the music doesn't mean that much to them, but to me, it's like it's everything to me. But I think both things are respectable. Different people want different things. I think you got to just know what you want, and then strategize accordingly.
For sure.
Go get it.
Exactly.
Brandon's got a question. Got any videos coming up for the new album? What will be the first single?
I already released.
Got a couple.
It's crazy because I already released a couple. They're on Spotify, but we dropped a video for July. It's me and Jordan.
Yep.
We're going to radio again with a song called Confessions. So the team is gonna start pushing that in November, and it's actually featuring Earl B. And the crazy thing is, Earl B moves away to the Army on Saturday, like boot camp.
I know. I ran into him a couple weeks ago when he was saying that he signed up. I was like, dude.
Yeah, so he's like cut off from the world, like all communication for like 3 months.
Yeah.
So now, like that was the video I was trying to do. So now we're gonna have to try to think of something creative or break Earl B out of the army somehow. I don't know, man.
You're gonna go AWOL.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's crazy.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any more questions, or are we going to go to the next story?
No, it's cool. Let's move on.
Okay. So our next story. I mean, Florida man continues to surprise us every time, every day. It seems like.
Well, you know it's hot in Florida.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, you know, wearing a T-shirt, wearing shorts, wearing underwear, it all becomes very hot. You got to take it all off, baby.
Well, that seems like you're Florida, man.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me in the state of Florida.
Don't get okay. Continue.
All right. Yeah. So people who live in Stuart, Florida, a neighborhood says their neighbor does yard work, walks around his property naked. They say they've called the sheriff's office, but deputies say there's nothing they can do. Nothing they can do. You can walk around naked. I guess it's legal.
What?
Is that facts?
I guess it is there. Quote, I came out Sunday night to put the trash out. I look over. He is bent over, winding up his hose. I love the way they wrote this, too. Winding up his hose. And I'm like, that's my view of my neighborhood.
Nice. Nice.
Rounding up his hose.
Winding up his hose. We'll take that as it's worth. Concerned neighbors want to crack down. I'm not writing this. Crack down on the naked truth. The man who lives in the end of the street is a nudist. See, so he's legitimate. That's a legitimate reason he's a nudist. That's his lifestyle.
But you could do that within the confines of your own home.
It doesn't make it right. I ain't lying about that. Quote, he works on his car. He does it naked, and everyone calls the police. He's out there doing his yard work, whatever he needs to do outside, naked.
Okay.
Nude yard work is what he's doing. They say, have some respect for the neighborhood kids. Yeah, can you imagine? Kids catch the bus there, and it's wrong, they say.
That's what I mean. Now, how does he get away with it if their kids around? It's like some indecent exposure.
Well, that's what I think that would be the first thing popped in my mind, right?
Right.
Several people in the neighborhood have called the sheriff's office, but they say deputies tell them that as long as he isn't touching himself inappropriately, there's nothing they can do since it's his own property.
What?
Go
it's his
figure.
own property.
He can do it on his own property. So as long as he doesn't go on public property or he's not pleasuring himself in some way or touching himself in some way.
But he's a nudist, so he gets off on being naked out in.
Well, he doesn't get off on it. They're just that's what
Tell
they
me
do.
what?
Listen, I'm not a nudist.
Yeah.
That you know of.
They get off on. That's why they do it. There's some sort of satisfaction.
I don't think that's what it is, man. Being a nudist isn't a sexual thing. Being a nudist is just the lifestyle they choose to live. They choose.
But it gives them pleasure, though. They get some. If it gave them no pleasure nor excitement, then they would be fully clothed like us today.
I don't know that that's true. You're taking it like in a dirty way.
But there's different kinds of pleasure. You know what I
Right.
mean? Ice cream gives me pleasure. It doesn't give me a hard on
Exactly.
at the end of the day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Couldn't have been said any better the way you just said right there. His mind goes somewhere else it shouldn't go. And that's just what happens on the show. Trashy Thursdays, Trashy DK sitting over here doing his thing.
Did you call me DK?
No, DK.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, so I've seen this. Quote, I've seen these people stand on their front step, butt naked, both of them, and they talk to police officers. They're talking to the cops naked.
What neighborhood is this?
Dude, this is in Stuart, Florida.
How old are these people, did they say?
I mean, he doesn't look.
Sorry.
He doesn't look. Well, you can't really see because everything's blurred out because he's naked, obviously. Doesn't say his age. But most nudists, I think, I don't know. They're not usually super young anyway, but. So anyway, one of the neighbors says, "I'm not one of those people who have concerns because it's their way of life and it's on their own property, and I know it's legal. Nothing you can do."
That's garbage.
Well, it's not garbage. It's the law.
All right, Tony.
Well, you can't say all nudist is garbage. I think it's
okay. You got kids.
I think it's
you got kids, sir.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I think it's inappropriate when it comes to kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I think
your neighbor next door.
Yeah.
All of a sudden comes out.
I mean,
starts painting his house.
Winding up his hose and shit.
Winding up his hose. Pubes scraping the shingles while he's painting.
Ugh.
Well, that's what happens.
I know. I'm not
and
saying
you're telling
it's right.
me, and you're going to go in, and you're just going to tell your kids, you're like, listen, he gets no sexual pleasure off this. He just leave him alone. It's cool.
I'm not saying it's cool.
Okay,
I'm just saying he's doing it and it's legal.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it. I mean, I might do it, but I would probably not do it around kids.
You would call the police, though.
I would. Oh, I'd have to call the police.
Yeah.
Or I'd go over there. I don't know if I want to go that
Oh.
close. Yeah.
You be shirtless too.
It's going down a very ugly road, people. Very ugly road.
Is it though?
I don't know.
Anyways.
Anyway,
Well-
so the guy's not arrested. Nothing wrong. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but
So if nudity's your thing, ladies and gentlemen, go down to Florida.
yeah.
Find out where these guys live.
Going to Stewart, Florida, and you can let the fur fly, baby.
Yeah.
Let the balls swing.
There you go.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's muggy down there. You know, you gotta air out.
True.
You don't use a towel, do you? You're an air dry guy, aren't you?
Like Usher in that video a couple of years ago where he just let it dry off.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Sometimes I like to air dry.
Yeah, you're an air dry. So you're
But I don't-
basically a nudist.
Except I don't do it out in public in front of children.
If you could.
No.
Okay. You'd go on your back deck. You'd be just flying around. You've done it before.
No comment.
You've been there. Yeah,
No
thank you
comment.
very much.
Anyways,
All right.
to the man.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
See what happens? We get caught in these situations.
Yeah, Jesus.
Anyway.
Do you have any questions for Quake?
Yeah, we do for sure. I do.
Yeah.
I'll come back here, but anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, Quake been in the game a long time. How many years you been in the game?
Yeah, I don't know what
Were you,
qualifies
like,
as
13 or something?
in
Like-
the game. Yeah, I don't know. I released my first solo project in 2010.
Yeah.
So
That was the myth, right?
yeah, that was the myth. So that would be
The miss.
8 years
Crazy
ago,
album, right?
probably 8 years ago.
Right.
But I was definitely doing stuff before that time.
Yeah.
I was battling in the city
Yeah.
before that time, 15, 16.
Totally.
So yeah, definitely somewhere between 10 and 15, I would say.
A long time ago, right?
Yeah.
So you've been in the game a long time. You're a vet as far as being in the game around here. You've been in
I
the game a
guess
long
so.
time.
I guess
So
so, man.
from when you started to now, and even if you want to start at the myth, you can go before that if you like. But
Yeah.
what's the biggest change you've seen in the music game as far as your experience from when you started to now? What's the biggest change you've seen, and maybe the biggest challenge you kind of face now that's changed over those last 15 some odd years, whatever?
The biggest change I would say is probably the way music is consumed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like before, it was like when the myth was out, I was going door to door and selling CDs
Yeah.
at every show, selling CDs and everything like that. And I don't even think when that came out, it was on iTunes even at the time. Like I don't
remember it being on
I don't
iTunes.
think I even knew how to put it on there. And there certainly wasn't streaming. That just didn't exist.
No. Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, it was a whole different game. So I got to come up and catch the end of the before the internet really started popping. I caught the end of that, and then I got to see the whole thing from the start. And so, yeah, I'd say that's just really how it changed. But it's just I just had to adapt, and it took some figuring out, and things change so quickly that you have to stay on top of
Right.
it, or you're gonna get lost. And so. Yeah, I would say just the way it's consumed.
The way
probably,
it's consumed.
Yeah.
Do you still do hard copies now, like of your music?
Man, I don't think I'm gonna do any for this new one.
It's all going to be digital.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be digital.
Everything's digital, man. I mean, some people like to have it, but I mean,
Some people do, man. They're
I don't-
fans of that. They're fans of the cover. They want the physical copy.
yeah,
but
yeah. You know what? I think that market is even coming back more as like vinyl. Like people just
Yeah.
want to have the
Right.
something, so it's like even vinyl but yeah, it's like I might do a very, very small run as like a collector's thing, but it's like I'm not gonna be going to venues every night with 2,000 CDs like I used to,
Like the old
boxes
days. Yeah,
over
yeah,
my
yeah.
shoulder. Like, I'm
Well,
not-
I mean, Travis Scott kind of did that with his rollout where it wasn't, I think, you can get the CDs, but also it was like more merchandise. So it kind of gave, as you were saying, like as the
Yeah.
consumer wants to get something, I think it was like a lot of T-shirts, hats, and stuff
Yeah,
like
you
that.
bought like a hoodie, and then you got a free copy of the album.
Yeah.
Right.
Which went towards his sales. That's
Right.
why Nicki was pissed.
know.
But to me, that's just
yeah.
a genius way of
Exactly.
figuring it out.
Well, she did it before too with her last album release as well.
Yeah, she
which
did
was
it.
which is hilarious that she's
so
getting
now
at
she's
him
complaining about it.
because she's not number one. But that's another show.
But I always appreciate when people take different strategies. Like I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago, Nipsey Hussle, he did
Yeah,
like
the $100 CD.
yeah, he put out like 1,000 CDs, sold every single one for $100.
Yeah.
There's $100,000.
Amazing.
And it's like that's just genius. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He's like, I got 1,000 fans that will spend $100 on
Exactly.
me. I think that's what it is. There's no rules, or even like what Jay did, where it came on every
The Samsung.
Samsung,
Yeah.
or like stuff like that is genius, man. I think we got to continue to evolve and push the culture forward and inspire each other with new ideas like that.
Totally.
Well, and it's so funny because like the whole 1,000 copy thing. There's an article, I believe it was an article I read or a book where they basically were saying you could survive really well if you have 1,000 true fans.
Yeah, I saw
like
that too.
true fans,
Yeah.
and these are like when you put something out,
Yeah.
they will buy it.
Whatever.
You go to a show,
Yeah.
they'll be
They're
there.
there.
And they're like the true fans. And I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense. So, I mean, if you're selling a CD, let's say $20,
Yep.
Yeah.
1,000 people will buy it. And you do a little tour,
Yep.
and there's 1,000
There's your
people at
20
every,
grand.
at every
Right,
show.
right.
So,
Yeah.
the power of
Yeah.
1,000.
Yeah.
So,
I like it.
No,
Yeah.
I believe it.
yeah.
Yeah.
We are halfway through the show, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know what that means.
It's time to get crazy. Time to see who joined us today.
Time to get crazy.
Oh, it's always time to get crazy. Easy, nudist man. Who's in the house today? He can't wait. Lynn's in the house. Steph's in the house. Emma Lynn's in the house. What are you doing right now?
Yo, it's the
I like
Talking
it. I like it.
roll call dance.
Emma Lynn, Jeanette's in the house. Brandon Blade's my man. Sheldon, Jody, Tremaine is in the house. Big T Acker, what up, what up? Osama's in the house. Chuck Berry, Eric's in the house as well. Kelly, we got Sally, we got Kathy, we got Anna, we got, I already said you, and I think, we got Philip, and then I think we got Mike as well. Ben, DJ Mutt's in the house.
Shut up.
Petey Punch, what up?
Hey,
We just see Petey Punch.
Yes.
Yo.
I saw him 2 days in a row. I haven't seen the guy in like months. And then, does that ever happen to you? You haven't seen somebody in a long
and
time?
Then you see them everywhere. Yeah.
That's what happened right now.
Yeah.
I saw him yesterday at the mall and then on my street today.
Shouts out to everybody joining us today. We appreciate it.
Big ups to you. And if
Much
this
love,
is
much
if
love.
this is your first time, please subscribe. If you like what you hear, of course, and see, subscribe to the page.
You might not.
Follow us on YouTube. It's okay.
Yeah,
So,
it's okay.
Do you? Do you? Rounding the second half of the show, my last story will be this peanut head looking guy. This Texas school official is in hot water for his black quarterback comment. An East Texas school superintendent who wrote, "You can't count on black quarterbacks," in the comment section of an online news article says he thought it was a private section. It's the comment section of a news site.
That'll be private. Nobody will see it.
Yeah.
Just me and you.
What? Sir? Excuse me?
I can be racist in here.
So Lynn Redden, superintendent of the Onalaska Independent School District in the Piney Woods. It's close to Houston, if anybody's curious and wants to go see this guy. In a post he wrote on Houston's Chronicle website, Redden referred to the last play of Sunday's game in which Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson held the ball as time expired.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyways, I got comments later. Later Tuesday, the school district posted a notice on its website that the school board would have a special meeting on Saturday to discuss, again, this guy's contract. The board also released a statement to the Chronicle that read, the school regrets any inappropriate comments that's been attributed to the district's superintendent. The school does not condone negative comments or actions against any race. The district values every individual. Therefore, the district will take the appropriate measures to address the situation completely. So anyway, in the interview with the Chronicle, Redden said of course, the classic, "I regret posting that comment," because he got caught.
Afterwards.
Again, he said he thought it was a private message, and he deleted it as soon as he realized it was public. The classic.
I mean, it doesn't change what he said, and doesn't change his he said it.
The old "I'm sorry" routine.
Yeah. I use it all the time.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know.
I thought it was a private message to all my other racist friends who would laugh.
Yeah, it was a racist group, man. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that he got exposed. It's good that it came out. You know what I mean? Like, this guy is in a position around youth.
Lots of public,
A lot of public,
individuals.
Yeah,
Individuals in public.
These are the kind of people that need to be exposed, and most of the time, they end up doing it to themselves anyway.
Well, that's what I mean.
Right?
I just don't like the closet racists or the closet haters. Don't come up to me halfway liking me. You either like me or you don't. Don't fake it with me. Okay? Right? Don't hide. So in these situations, I'm glad they get caught, but I'm kind of like, yo, just get it out the way.
Put it out there.
Just put it out there that you're just a racist or whatever, or a sexist or what have you.
Well, you don't. Yeah, most people ain't gonna do that. You're asking for a
'Cause they're scared.
perfect world, man.
No, I'm not asking for a perfect world. It's just a simple request.
I would say 99% of the people don't put out there what they're really thinking most of the time.
Like Tony wants to suck on toes all day.
Listen, I put it right out there.
Yeah, that's true.
I put it on here. I did. I ain't trying to lie. If you got some toes,
Tony wants to suck them.
Chuck says he'll be he'll get fired and then rehired at a different school district.
Which is the case sometimes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we talked about that teacher yesterday. The female teacher that had sexual
Listen.
relations with a 14-year-old boy, and she didn't lose her license to teach.
Yo, this girl blew down a 14-year-old.
Hello.
And she kept.
She got caught. She got convicted.
Max 2 years.
No jail time.
No jail
She
time.
got 2 years probation. And in 10 years, she'll be. She kept her teaching license, but
Yeah.
she'll be able to teach in 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, if you imagine Mr. Matthews, teacher. Well, I won't say that. Anyways, could you imagine?
You think it's more lenient because it's a female teacher? Like, obviously, if it was a male teacher, like,
Well, she was
they would be
30.
like-
She's 30 years old.
Yeah.
The boy's 14.
Well, we've covered these stories a couple times this year where it's different from even how it's covered on the headlines to where female teachers get caught.
Yeah.
Because essentially, her doing this is like you are raping a child.
Yeah. Essentially, right?
Anyway, the headline never says that, but when it's a male teacher,
yeah.
this guy is convicted
whole
of
different
this
thing.
rape. All the bad words and the trigger words are out there.
Yeah.
This guy's going to jail for sure.
Yep.
But in a lot of females' case, they get off. I mean, this is the craziest one.
Maybe get off is not the right
Oh,
word.
pardon me. Yeah.
Be careful. Be careful. She ain't no nudist.
No. Yeah. So, anyways,
You're right, though. It's a reverse. It's kind of weird the way it works the other way around.
the weird double standard.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's reality.
Right. Speaking of some reality, do you play drinking games, sir? Is that your thing?
I mean,
I feel like you don't.
I wouldn't say it's my thing, no, but I play some beer pong sometimes.
Okay. I like that. That's a good one.
That's all fun and
That's
good
a
fun.
pretty fun game.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? And there's other ones I played before. It's not like I play it every time, but there's ones. What's that one? Humanity cards.
Oh, Cards Against
That
Humanity.
one's pretty funny
yeah.
where you fill
Right.
in the answers.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
That's fun.
There's a couple, man. Well, you know.
I mean, reason I ask is it's drinking games. What was the reasoning behind the title? And like, how long does it take you to like actually come up with the title, and then you're like, yeah, this is the one?
Yeah, so basically, like, I wanted it to have, like, the only reason it's named Drinking Games, as in, like, the actual games, is like, for the imagery.
Right.
So it's, like, the play on words. So the drinking games, I mean, is, like, the mind games played between you and yourself or you and the person you're in the relationship with during these summer months because you're drunk and you're drinking all the time.
Right,
So there's a lot of games being played. So it's the mind games.
Okay.
That's basically what it represents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And what was the other question? I forget.
Oh yeah.
How long does it take?
How long does it take for you to like come up with an album name, and then when do you kind of like stick like?
Yeah,
that's it.
Usually, man, like it's just nothing, and then it's just like I won't force it at all, and then usually it might fall out of thin air, or a friend of mine might say something that's like, okay, that's it.
Dope. Yeah.
So it's just like when I hear it, I feel like I kind of know, you know?
Okay.
Like I don't know. I can't say that I've never chosen titles and scrapped them, but it's usually like, all right, when I get that feeling, I'm running with it.
Has there been a title that you're like, you look back, you're like, wow, I'm glad I didn't use that?
No, man, because I'm clever, man.
Okay, true.
I don't think of any whack stuff, man.
True.
He ain't gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. And we're coming to the end of the show, so we got one more article left. Tony's gonna take this one away. It involves another great Canadian talent.
Back to the music world.
Yeah, we
Drake.
figured since Quake's here,
Yeah.
we do a story on Drake,
Yeah. Your boy.
your boy.
Drake's.
Yeah.
He's going on the offense in this one.
Yes.
So
Drake's
what is going on?
Well, he's filed a lawsuit against a woman who claims he got her pregnant before accusing him of rape. So the God's Plan singer claims that he met Layla Lace. Great name.
I wonder where he met her.
Layla Lace, that's a definite porn star, is it not?
Right? Layla Lace during his Boy Meets World
Hasn't
tour.
he not learned his lesson? Anyways,
He likes a stripper. What are you gonna do?
Hey man, Or the porn star. Whatever. I'm not
or
hating.
a porn star.
I'm not hating.
Layla laced during his Boy Meets World tour in Manchester, England last February. Following the concert, he alleged that he and Layla had a consensual sex in his hotel room. They all say. However, it was when Drake sent Layla home after their encounter, rather than taking her on tour with him, that the issue allegedly began. In a lawsuit filed by Drake's lawyer, Larry Stein, the Canadian star submitted numerous text messages that Layla had sent him in the weeks after their evening together, which he says proves that she's created a fantasy relationship with him. So she took it much further than he was a one night, have a little fun and get on.
Yeah.
She wasn't about that. Drake adds he didn't didn't have the time or energy to respond, and his silence led Layla to taking things to the next level.
Interesting that you didn't have the energy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I see what you did there.
It's a throwback.
Yeah. She first claimed that she was pregnant in April 2017, posting on Instagram. So I guess still in this era, this is the new thing. That after you tell a dude you're pregnant, they stop answering the phone. You might be reaching there a little bit, darling. After threatening to leak her messages from Drake, she then went on radio stations, Sirius XM, and repeated her claims that she was pregnant with Drake's baby.
Yo, man, why are these people do what?
Oh, yeah. According to the lawsuit, Layla refused to take a paternity test, and then both she and her lawyer failed to respond to any requests for information. Quote, there is no credible evidence of pregnancy nor any baby which would have been born last fall, Drake says in the lawsuit. It was at that point that Layla then went to the authorities in New York and accused Drake of raping her. So this is afterwards.
Oh, Jesus.
During the encounter, the same encounter where they claimed it was consensual sex in Manchester, she is said to have then hired a new legal team and threatened to go public with the rape complaint against unless he paid her. Right. So
there it is.
The classic cash grab, right. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I like that he goes on the offensive.
Here's the thing
on this one.
About this, I just hate how it was picked up by major outlets before, as you said, the credentials. Like, do a little homework on these people.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just take in some random person and be like, Jay-Z got me pregnant.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, where's the paternity test? Show me that first. And then
I don't have that.
But yeah, then you're not coming on.
I mean, give me the proof.
You're not sensation. Like, it's just, give me the proof before you before you can even make my platform.
I agree, 100%. Show me the proof, baby.
They just want the story, though.
That's true.
It's an exciting story.
For sure. And I get it, too, because they're like, oh, my God, okay, let's get this girl in. I mean, she's mentioned Drake, and clearly she's in contact.
And then they just say, allegedly.
Yeah.
And there you go.
That's the way it is. Well, he's suing. He's suing her for civil extortion, emotional distress, fraud, defamation, and abuse of process. And he's asking for unspecified damages. So I like that he's on the offense, going after her.
Yeah, I like it too. I respect it.
Right? You right? Because most people would just kind of, they just want to get it over with and done with.
Yeah.
And if she stopped pursuing it, then he would stop. He's going after her, reversing it and going, listen, you're dragging my name through the mud. I'm going to come after you now. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
I think it's good.
And I think she's taking advantage of a good thing that's happening with like the Me Too and all that. Like, that's great. People who have actually been victimized are speaking out and having a platform. But then for you to take that positive what's happening and try to use it for your financial
100%.
gain, you know what I mean? That's crazy.
100%.
They take the power out of it. I mean, there's been so many other stories where that, like, in that same sense, where people have built this movement for, to add some credibility for these, like, people who are taking advantage of people, sexually or whatever. Yeah. And again, then you have these other scumbags that are just totally ruining it.
Totally.
And then kind of diminishing what they've built up so far.
What the movement is all about.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're just using it to their advantage. It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway, we'll see what happens with this case. Maybe he'll take it all the way.
I think so.
And see what's up.
Hey.
Yeah.
Any last questions from your side?
Well, I was wondering what the move is now. So the album, all this stuff is coming out now. So what's the plan? We got a tour planning.
Yes,
we got some things happening.
Got some tour dates.
What's going on there? How can the people see you live?
Because you need a DJ guy.
We got some.
I got a guy.
We got some tour dates coming up, man. Nice. It's starting in. Pretty much like tomorrow, everything is starting, man. So we're gonna announce some tour dates. I got gonna be doing Canada, a lot of things in Canada. Then I'm going to Sweden in December.
Nice.
Going to Atlanta again. You guys
Nice.
know, you guys have been there before.
Amazing.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna just try to get all around, booking it ourselves as always, doing it ourselves. You know,
I
what
like
mean?
that.
Big
So,
gigs. I like it.
I like
yeah,
that.
man. So we just grinding, man.
Hustle is real.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So anybody, is there tickets left for tomorrow?
Man, like we're at such capacity right now. Like
Okay.
there's probably a few left, like a handful.
Okay.
So if anyone wants tickets for tomorrow, like go to my Instagram or my Facebook page and get them ASAP, because probably by tonight we're gonna have to shut it down. They're being super strict. The library is run through the city
For sure.
and it's gonna be, and they're not playing around with
Yeah,
no extra bodies or anything.
Exactly.
Like,
Once
yeah.
the capacity load is hit,
it's
over.
over.
it's done.
Yeah.
You
So,
get your ticket yet?
I mean, I think I know some people.
Oh, I didn't get it yet. I'm
I know some
screwed.
people.
Damn it.
I'll be there. For those wondering what we're talking about, Quake Matthews is doing, of course, a listening party for his upcoming EP. Tomorrow, what time does it start?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock
to
at
12.
at the Halifax Central Library.
Top floor is all glass. It overlooks the city.
pimp up there.
You
It's
got
nice.
a beautiful balcony.
Gorgeous.
Man, it's actually super dope spot.
Yeah.
I think that's what I wanted to make sure people knew, like, because sometimes you're like, oh, it's at a library. Like,
Nah,
no, the
nah.
library's closed. We're in the top floor, all glass.
it's nice out
There's
there.
drinks. There's all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's not, we're
Yeah.
not reading books. Like,
Yeah.
it's-
And they got that outside patios up there.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have a
it's
coffee
beautiful.
shop there. It's gorgeous.
Beautiful,
out there.
man. Yeah,
real
yeah.
nice, real nice.
Yeah.
Not reading books, reciting raps, singing hooks. Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
hard body over here. Yeah, again, everything you said is released tomorrow with the listening party. The album comes out tomorrow.
Yes.
Anything more you want to say, sir?
A lot of people ask, like, what's the best way to support? And honestly, the best way to support is to go on that iTunes store and actually purchase the album. Stream it if that's your only capability, but like a lot of people just ask, like, what's the best way for me to play it and like that does the most for you?
Yeah.
And I would say go on that iTunes store and grab it that way. And I just appreciate all the support. Everybody's been rocking with me for 10 years, man.
yeah.
Since before the gray hair started creeping in. And
I wasn't gonna mention it.
I'm still here. I'm still here, going strong, man. And I feel like I'm only getting stronger, man. I'm aging like wine out here, TK.
I know, man. We can help you out, man. I got you.
Steph wants to know: are you coming to Moncton? You doing Moncton at all? Any plans?
Yes, I am.
All right,
I
cool,
actually am doing Moncton. I think November, like somewhere in mid-November.
So they'll go keep an eye on your
it'll be
social media. It'll be
Yeah,
posted
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is your social media, by the way?
At Quake Matthews, everywhere at Quake Matthews. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook,
All right.
YouTube, Quake Matthews, everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for stopping by, my man.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for having
Yeah.
me, man. Always a pleasure. It's finally cool to be here in the flesh and see how it goes down, man.
Right? Are you impressed?
I am. You know what? I'm impressed with the sign.
Yeah.
This sign is nice, man.
nice.
Where'd you get that signage done?
Well,
We can't really talk about it.
yeah, we'll talk about that off air.
I need a sign like that.
We got you. I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. Again, tomorrow evening, 9 o'clock at the Halifax Central Library.
Go check
on
it out.
Spring Garden Road.
Check
Get
it
your
out.
tickets now
Yes,
before they're all sold out. According to Quake, they're basically almost gone. So why don't you just give them that extra push and get rid of those tickets and again show your support for another local artist who will be doing it big. So yeah, Drinking Games out tomorrow. Stream it, download it, more specifically download it, and show your boys some support. And of course, myself and Tony will be back tomorrow for another episode of Talking Trends. If you like what you saw, if you like what you heard, please head over to all the pages, like, subscribe, do the damn thing.
Yeah, and the after party's at the Daily Grind too.
Oh,
yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so
That's tomorrow night,
We're going
after
there
party.
after.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure.
All right.
Just came in, hot text.
Yeah, it just came in on the text, man.
Yeah, Daily Grind. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good spot.
It is.
Cool, guys. Come on back tomorrow. We'll be back 5 o'clock sharp. We want to see you guys again.
Yes.
And bring a friend.
Yes.
Till then, peace.
We out.